Morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
Good. I don't know how to change my name. That's
Oh,
my dot. Oh, rename. Look how smart I am. Here we go.
there you go.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Did you have a
Yeah.
nice Easter?
It's a crazy time, that's for sure.
Oh, it really is. Oh, who's calling me? Why are you calling me?
Hi, Mike.
Good morning.
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 Good morning, sunshine. How is everybody?
Good.
Hi, Cheryl.
Good. I'll be right back.
Everybody ready for the long weekend?
Oh, I was like, what?
I heard that earlier. It was pretty funny. We just finished the short weekend. Now we're ready for the long weekend.
Yeah, right?
And the next snowstorm.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, right?
Hi, Tanette.
Whoop. I'll see my sees my tummy.
Is that Cheryl in there?
Hi. Forget how that way is to Carmen. Carmen.
Hello.
Miranda.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, good. Good. Getting going.
Good. Danny from the block. Hi, Lynn.
Hello.
If I miss anybody, I apologize. As you're all popping up, my screen is like, blah, 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 blah. But it's so
That's a
cool
good
to see everybody. I see Sissy.
Nope.
Like you said, Mike, romper room. Nobody remembers romper room.
I do.
Do bees and don't bees.
Yes. Do be a good little realtor. Don't be an. Hi, Daniel.
Hey, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Crystal. Hi, Kathy.
There's Daniel. Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Elise, hi. Steve Dunbar, hello.
Good morning, Cheryl. Everyone.
I know. Good morning, everybody. Look at everybody. Isn't this awesome?
Good morning.
I miss Barbara's breakfasts.
I bet. Well, next time I'll have a big plate of biscuits and gravy and you can all scratch and sniff. How's that?
That's awesome.
For those of you who don't know, if you went to the Cherry Creek Mentoring Monday, apparently Barb Bueller would usually bring in a complete spread and array of awesome food every Monday.
Sometimes she'd cook it.
Yeah,
Wow.
herself. Look at Daniel. Yes, I like breakfast at Mentoring Monday. Uh-oh. Elise, are you all right?
Yeah, just my iPad. I was trying to prop it up.
Hi, Candy.
Hi, everybody.
Good
Hello.
to see you. Oh. Now the squares are getting smaller. Thank goodness, because I don't like looking at my big head on here all alone.
No kidding. Yeah.
I just had to close the blinds. It was too much natural light.
Stephanie, hi. I see you down there.
Hi. I'm on
Well,
the
you're probably
treadmill
on the
again.
treadmill. I don't
I am.
see you,
Kristen, I love you.
I love you.
but- Hi, Erin.
I'm sitting away from the
Hi.
screen today because of my grays. I'm waiting for my color to arrive in the mail.
I pulled a Jenny Van Orem Saturday.
What was that?
My
Oh,
guy came to my house. My
Oh,
hairdresser.
Turn her in.
Turn me in by the hair police.
She's trying to get me in jail.
I know. She told that bottom square. She told me to do it. Okay, we're 10:01. We're going to go ahead and get started for everybody that's here on time. First of all, I'm going to do what Mark always does to us managers. So everybody smile.
Oh, God.
Yay. Thank you very much. Brittany, you look like a reindeer. Hey, well, we're going to go through our Mentoring Monday on the PowerPoint, and so I'm so tech savvy and proficient that I can jump back and forth, not. So I'm going to kind of go over the tech tip before I get into the PowerPoint, and then we'll refresh with the directions, okay? First of all, I wanted to hit record. Pause recording. She's already got it going. Okay. So I'm going to welcome you all to Monday on our snowy Monday. And hi, Karen. Hi, Tim.
Hello.
First thing I want to tell you all to do is to go to your bottom left and mute your microphone. So the only big loud voice you can hear is me. And I am loud, as my kids remind me that people can hear me states away when I'm talking. But anyway, thank you all for being here. So thankful. In the chat button throughout the morning, you can ask questions at absolutely any time, and Jenny Van Orm's going to answer your questions on my behalf so that you can get instant answers to anything that comes up, okay? But like I said, we're going to start with the tech tip, and then I'll give you some directions. But Annette Anthony, every month we have 3 awesome technology engagement leaders in our office. We have Mr. Daniel down in Pikes Peak, and we have Jennifer Gaines, who does an awesome job in DTC. And then we have Barb Bueller, who does fantastic in Cherry Creek. And they present these to you guys always during Mentoring Monday. But today, it's so simple and so meaningful that I'm going to do the tech tip and take all the credit for those 3 awesome people that communicate this to you every day. So anywho, in your app, let's see how if you go up to the hamburger, which is called the menu button, looks like a little sandwich, right? If you click on that, it opens up a separate screen. See the screen? It might be backwards. But one of the prompts or the offerings on here is Office Directory. And if you click on Office Directory, it gives you everybody in your office. Thank you, Brittany, for your background. I can't tell if you have a coronavirus also on the way it's coming across. And you're bald. Well, that'll give it excitement too. Can anybody see Brittany Downs? I don't know, but she's bald. Anywho, it gives you Office Directory. It gives you everybody's phone number and contact information. And the tech tip for the month was to take that and go through and see if there's somebody you know or somebody whose name you recognize, and reach out to them and make sure they're hanging in there and doing okay. And if you kind of think about it, so today's the 13th, so it was almost a month ago, because it was right around April 15th that everybody had to go home. We had to start working at home. We weren't required to, but they encouraged it. So like for us and the admins and the managers, we got all excited and we got them all set up, made sure they had printers and everything that they needed. And y'all probably did similar at your house. Anything that was out, bring in, get settled, get your groceries. So they're kind of, even though there was fear and tension, it kind of went up, with the, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And now we're a month into it. And the here we go is going like this. Like my kids over the week that I have my son here from the Navy, he's moving to Maryland for his new job with Northrop Grumman. He's here with his girlfriend from England. I have my daughter, Mark, and I, and we're all at the house together, quarantined in. And they are so bored. I am sure that a lot of you feel the same way, that they are acting like they're 8-year-old kids. It's hilarious. Even when they opened up their Easter baskets, I could have sworn they were 5 and 6. They were so giddy and goofy because things are they're wearing on us. So the tech tip for the month is go through that list, see who you recognize or who you know, and just once a day, reach out to one of your fellow agents that is here. And just, whether it's an email, a text, a phone call would be awesome. Just give them a sweet little call and tell them to hang in there. Hopefully we'll have some adjustments happening after the 30th of April. That's my hope. In the meantime, we're all in little squares on a computer quarantine, right? So that's the tech tip. But what I'm going to do now is do my best to share the screen with you guys. Share. Should be coming up for all you guys. Can you see that? Let's see, who do I see on my screen? Tim Wilson, shake your head if you can see that. You're my first square. Okay, good. All right, so welcome to Mentoring Monday. All of you guys that have logged on, I know that you really care about doing better and keeping your business rolling. So I greatly appreciate it. So we are going to go into the chat button and do some good news. Let me find where my chat is. See how I'm not even that. I can't find my chat. Someone will have to tell me where it is. Oh, there's chat. I got it. Okay, so we're going to look at some good news and we're going to share it, okay? I don't have any good news. Nobody has any good news. No one had nothing exciting happen in the last week. No one made a phone call. No one got a listing. I have 2 closings this week. Oh, look at Devin. And a listing appointment. Everybody clap, man. That's awesome. Okay, now here we go. People are chatting with me. You have to give me a minute to back up here. I don't want to miss anybody. Congratulations, Devin. That's great. Sissy's neighbor told her yesterday they're definitely going to let her sell their house, which is awesome. Good persistence, Sissy. Sissy's only been in the business for a month, you guys, and these guys told her we're hiring somebody else, but you can come make a presentation. And listen, we're going to let her sell the house. So now, don't ever take no for an answer. Kathy Beadler had her first listing and it went live on Friday. And I'm hoping that's going well. If you have any questions or problems with contracts, showings, Kathy, reach out to us. Crystal Hart went under contract with a buyer, a virtual buyer, wrote the contract. Remember, once we're under contract, the law that is set out there for the state of Colorado by our governor says you now may facilitate the closing. Now the buyer can go in, they can look at the house, you can write that contract prior to that term, conditional upon them looking at it. Jenny Van Orem is going to be an overachiever for the week because she got 3 new listings. So we're going to give her congratulations, and she is working hard and not letting she's looking at what she can do, not what she can't. So I can list your house, I can get it sold. Yes, it may be different, but I can. So good job, Jenny. Carmen knows a good contractor. You put their name in the chat and we'll share it with everybody. Catherine Potter, awesome job. When you're home all alone, you have nothing else to do, you get busy, right? Catherine Potter made 200 phone calls last week. Good job, Catherine. Allie has a listing. She's just starting and she's going to have her first listing since being back. Yay, Allie. Look at this. Tim Wilson hasn't given up. He got a buyer under contract and he's preparing to put 2 more listings on there. You guys, this is awesome news. I think what it needs to tell you is that if you're you just got to keep working and it's going to come. I want to remind you in 2008, when the market went, from here to nothing and everything went away for a really long time, the only way we continued to make our goals, and we did, is that I did this much work every day prior to 2008. And suddenly I wasn't getting enough results out of that much work. So I had to do this much more to get the same results. So Catherine, other people here, that ought to tell you guys that if this worked, I got to do this to make it continue to work. And it'll only benefit you in the long run, but it'll keep you rolling. So don't get down. Melanie Hood, I have a buyer not signed yet, but a friend who's looking at home in 3 different suburbs. So you're helping them find something. Awesome. Well, good thing signing is virtual. I missed last week, but yes, Allison, we want to congratulate you. I know it was tough. But Allison Stepani closed on her first listing and it was challenging, but first deal got it through. So congratulations. Shailene. Shailene is joining us from Exit 1. She's now with Exit Cherry Creek and she has a new listing this week. So Shailene, congratulations. Daniel Padilla. Oh, I love seeing this. And those of you, I'm going to talk to you about this in a minute. 1.9 thousand views on his recent video. 1.9 views. Do you think he's getting connections, getting interactions? How's he doing that? You have to reach out to Daniel. But I think I know one way, and I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. Oh, Allie's listings at the beginning of the month. Yay, we're not that far away, Allie. Brittany, I got great feedback from my mailed Popeyes that had the scratch offs in them. Good deal. You're stuck? Let me share a little bit of luck. And you give them the scratch ticket. I think that's kind of the words, but good job. Skeeter, as soon as this stuff is over, neighbor's going to be listing his home. Perfect. Keep in touch. We're going to be over this sooner than we think because it feels like we're going to be here forever, but we're not. Allie in Colorado Springs is not back yet, still on crutches, but good news. I'm at 50 degrees of bending. I think that's good news. Allie just had multiple surgeries on her knee. Congratulations, Allie. Dan Padilla picked up 4 new buyers and a new listing with his 1.9 million views. So that's fantastic. Boy, you guys, this is great. This is good. Selah has 2 new listings and a buyer. Allie's going to have a closing in Cordera. Kristen talked with 3 potential realtors and 1 is signing on today. Good job, Spags. Rebecca Rader has 2 new buyers and is ready to go. You guys, awesome. That is good news. And we need to hear that good news because it just warms my heart. Like I'm all excited right now. So that is fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing, everybody. Back to the chat real quick. I want to know if anybody is having any struggles that we can address. I'm looking at the chat. I'm doing a pretty good job of being able to do that. Anybody have any struggles? Oh, I'm going to wait. No, everybody's staying motivated. Absolutely, Kristen. Thank you. I think that's good. I love it. Okay, let's move on. Schedule. You guys all have your schedule ready this week? I think that you've been in a situation where you've kind of probably started to adjusting to your new way of doing business. And now you need to make sure you continue the most important thing. I tell agents this with every business plan. I watch agents come into this office and succeed, and I watch agents walk out of this office unsuccessful. And there's one major difference between the 2 of them. The ones that succeed are working off a schedule. The ones that succeed are working off a schedule. So please let me ask you, if you don't even know what to do on your schedule, reach out. But if you haven't been making a schedule, you need to make one and you need to teach yourself how to follow that and check in with us every week. And when we get to the slide, you can check it off your box that you have your schedule ready. Okay, what's happening this week at Exit? Well, we're at Mentoring Monday. That's awesome. We're going to do our session number 2 on Wednesday of Engage Training, which is the CMA, how to tell the seller what their house is worth. And how do I do that? A basic concept. You know, every house is going to be a little bit different, but most of our houses are in neighborhoods where there is consistent similarities. So we're going to kind of do a basic CMA, make sure you understand it, ask questions. So I look forward to hearing from that. I'm going to seeing you on that. Sorry. Thursday, I'm going to send out a link with a video this afternoon. But Thursday, the Women's Council of Realtors is so lucky that they are doing a Zoom call and all of us are invited to be on the Zoom call. And the reason we're all going to be invited is because Tammy Bunnell is going to be on the Zoom call. Tammy Bunnell is our CEO of Exit International, and she's coming on the Zoom call. So you guys get an opportunity to be as close to her as we can in our social distancing world right now. She was coming to Denver, but instead she's going to do the Zoom call. And hear who our leader is, because it is a trickle-down company of emotions and empathy and human potential. And I think you'll see that with her, that she fits right into who you are and who we are. So let's look forward to that. That's all that's happening this week. What's coming up next? Next week, we'll go back to our live interactive training with Kia Saad. You know, we're all at home, and you know, I was curious, now that you guys can do it at home and everybody always wants to do it at home, how many people are watching it? So we asked Live Interactive to send us a list of which of our agents logged on to Live Interactive. So we have 170 agents, and every day we didn't have more than 8 people on the Live Interactive training. And I found that surprising, particularly for a couple reasons. Number one, it's all Kiasad, so it's all about how to be found on Google and the virtual world. And number two, we are in a virtual world, and we have now more time to watch these trainings than ever before and implement those skills. So I was very surprised, because this is a way now that you can really slow down and understand how to get more online presence and how to capture more leads online and get ready to have buyers and sellers. So what's coming up next week is Kiasad again. You'll have your second week of Key, and I hope to see more of you on there. I love to offer you that opportunity. There's not many places where you can consistently have training on how to be found on Google. So that's coming up. Again, our mindset meeting for this month is on pause, but we'll come up with something really fun in May. Okay, here's that tech tip that I just spoke to you at the beginning. Go to your Exit Realty app. Top left is the drop-down menu. Go to Office Directory and reach out to one person that you know or that you have met before, and just give them a little of encouragement to make it through. Your routine is everything. So let's go to my little saying for the day. We are working off the word ignite. For those of you that are new on the call, hashtag ignite. It's a word that I picked for our company. Exit International every year asks us to pick a word for our company and a word for ourselves that kind of demonstrates what's who our office is. It's just a little paraphrase of basically our mission statement for the year. So our company's word was ignite. So we've been working off that at our Mentoring Mondays. And for those of you that have been here the whole time, the first week we worked off the I, and the I was you. Invest in you. I, myself. I'm important. I need to invest in myself, keep myself healthy. And then last week we're fortunate that Jenny Van Orem talked about the G, which is get up, get ready, get dressed. I'm going to pick on Tim only because he has a great sense of humor, and tell him you've had your 1 week of no showering. Now you got to get up, right? But you got to get ready. You've got to pretend, not even pretend. When you get, let me back up. So I was a competitive gymnast, and you know, there were so many things to overcome, and there wasn't sports psychology back then. So you had to come up with your own way to succeed mentally. There wasn't a whole lot of that direction. But I remember my mom telling me, if you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, you'll do good. So if you look good, which means getting up, getting dressed, girls putting on their makeup, guys brushing their hair and your teeth, getting dressed, you look good, and now you feel good. You feel better. I mean, I know when I get out of the shower, before I even dry my hair and get my makeup on, I feel so much better that I went and got in the shower. I think you guys will probably agree with that. So get up. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you're going to do good for the day. So start there. But today we're going to talk about the N, and N stands for now. Now is the time to get set up on your systems. You have the time. If you already have a system, I want you to enhance that system line by line so that you are making your system better for today, reality, real time, what's happening, all the virtual stuff. But let's just picture ourselves 90 days down the road. If I used my same system 90 days down the road, I would be good. But if I took the time right now to enhance it with all this virtual stuff, and I'm great, 90 days down the road, I've gone from good to great right automatically. I'm better than I was because I have a better system. Make sense? So I want to talk about this. In your Google Drive, you will find a buyer checklist, working with buyer and working with seller checklist. We talk about how you should be marketing every day. You can pull those out and use those and enhance them. But I want to talk about what needs to go in them. So I want to start over here with the buyer process over here. So really I have two kinds of buyers. I have one that says I want to buy a house that's not doing anything yet, and there's a long term till we start getting a result of looking at houses. And then I have the buyer who's like, now I'm actively searching. How's that going to look? What's my system? So for a new buyer, you know, we should have been doing this anyway, but we really have to be cognitive of how are we going to have a buyer consultation? How are we going to do a buyer listing presentation? Sometimes we call that that. So if a buyer called me now and said, you know, Cheryl, I'm going to move to Colorado. It's going to be around November. I'm not just going to wait till November. I am going to have a new buyer process that starts with the consultation. And what goes into that consultation is whoever gets the most information wins. So lots of questioning, lots of understanding so that I can get into their mindset and feel what they want, need and want from me in addition to the normal things. So that basically is called qualifying. So what is my new buyer checklist? I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to get you pre-approved with a lender. Whoopee, right? What else? What else can you add to that? And then once they actively move into searching, we certainly are going to set them up on a home search. And we probably already did that back under new buyer. But we got to talk to them now about how it works for virtual shopping. And when they see something they like, how are we going to eliminate it? You want to talk to them about regular Zoom meetings, and maybe you even incorporate that above into your new buyer process, that we have a little Zoom get together. KV Core now has a virtual showing link that if people, and I will get you this information, when somebody looks at a house online, automatically it can be linked to send them virtual pictures, virtual tours. So just another enhancement in a system that we have that they just came out with. And then we also got to talk about the offer process. How's that look currently? How might that look in the future? But what is your checklist? I mean, I think, and then once you go under contract, that's what the new buyer checklist is that you have in the drive. But that whole checklist, I mean, it should be 4 pages long. You know, what else can I do? What little extra thing? Because I guarantee you, and some of you may be this realtor, and I don't want you to be this. I want you to be the great one, not the good one. But I think most realtors, if you call and say, I want to buy a house, they're like, let's hook you up with a lender. Here's a home search. Let's go look. Which one do you want to write? I think that would be the norm. Like, you do not want to be the norm. You need to be better than the norm. You need to set yourself apart. It's not only for that buyer, but it's for every other buyer that they're going to refer to you. And wouldn't it be nice? I mean, think how hard it took to get the first buyer you had. What did you do? Did you pay $1,000 a month for the lead through Zillow? Did you mail out for 7 months your Buffini stuff and you finally got a buyer? What if someone just said, hey, Cheryl, here's a buyer? That referral piece is so important. So what you do today for your buyer is what's going to make that happen. Okay, what's my seller checklist look like? Do I have consultation and qualifying? We just did all that 2 weeks ago in our Engage training. Then I do the CMA, then I do the net proceeds. Pull out of the drive, the working with seller checklist, and then enhance it. The working with seller checklist, you know, has so much in there that doesn't apply to everything, but what else? Because as we go through this, we do the CMA, we do the net proceeds, we're going to do a listing presentation, we're going to review their home and stage it. So how that has a bunch of checklists in itself, because how's that going to look? Are you going to go in and be the stager? Are you going to tell them what to do? Are you going to do a virtual walkthrough with a stager currently that tells them what to do? Is that virtual stager going to come in, fluff it up? Is that virtual stager going to stage the house? Who the heck are those people? You need to be prepared for that. So get this checklist ready and get those resources. Entering into MLS, marketing the property. What's your virtual presence? Like, you already know or should know what you're going to do naturally, but what else are you doing that sets you apart to get more presence on that property? What is your virtual open house process? We sent you out a handout in the last 2 weeks, how to do a virtual open house so that you can use that to promote to your sellers. Well, I hand it out, but if I don't have it in a checklist, do I really do it? So incorporate that into your checklist. RE Colorado has a new program on putting up virtual open houses. I know that Rebecca will post this into the scoop later, and you can click on there. I'm sure you got an email, but if you're like me, I was so bombarded with emails, sometimes it's hard to sort through all that. Showing Time has the ability to automatically send out your virtual tour to anybody that wants to set a showing. So we want to make sure we have that. We want to make sure that if there is a buyer that wants to see this house, that they have a ton of resources going at them to take a look at that property. One of the things that I suggested, I think Jenny did do this, but to another one of our agents, is like for RE Colorado, you can have 3 virtual tour links. So you have your normal tour, you have your Matterport, and you can go do a tour. You can't be in it, and you can't, because it can't be branded, and you can't say, hi, this is Cheryl White, let me take you on a tour of this house. But I know that your emotions on showing the house on a video walkthrough tour to a buyer, because buyers buy emotionally, can be a lot more impactful than a virtual tour or Matterport. If you think about it, that's a very logical picture. Little emotions, but very logical. But if you walked in with your camera, part of my program is, as you enter the house, you will see that there is a beautiful staircase with volume ceilings and a new chandelier. They might not have ever noticed that. But directly to your left is the living room. The living room is big enough for 2 couches. As you're walking around showing that and talking as if you had a buyer right behind you, you're going to show the buyer different things that they wouldn't normally see on a virtual tour. And if your wording is slow, calm, specific, happy, always do your tours with a big smile on your face, because that smile comes through in your words. Could that be an asset to my program if I'm trying to get a listing? Hey, look what I do. Not only that, I do a personal, emotional viewing of that house that is on my website, on my on our MLS, that goes out to everybody. And then of course your contract to close checklist. Okay, anybody have any questions there? Jenny will be more than happy to answer them. All right, next checklist I need to have in place is my database checklist. So, you know, monthly, I have my database, my pot of gold, and I'm telling you, your database is your pot of gold. These are people that know you. Hello, this is Cheryl. How are you, Joe? They know who you are. If they don't know who you are, they're not really in your database. They're a cold lead. You're trying to get to know and get them in there. And, you know, you want to grow that to be a strong 300 people. Might not be there for 4 or 5 years, but you want to grow it. And every month, I automatically want to market to them. Every month, I want to call them, or at least call my A+ clients as I get them. If I don't have them, I have plenty of time to check in and keep creating a relationship. Sorry. I want to send personal notes to people each day that I interact with, or that I see on Facebook, or having some pain or pleasure, to let them know that I care. I want to, hey, I was really proud of Kate Beckman. I think she's on here. She came in this morning. She said, sorry, I'll stay 6 feet away, but I need to copy my Buffini mailer. I'm not going to give up on getting my item of value out to my database. Popeyes, Brittany did the Popeye with the scratch tickets, getting great response. So you've got to kind of think of your audience. Like, are these things really impactful? But if you're sitting at home and you get your mail and out falls a scratch ticket and it's Brittany Downs, you're kind of like, hey, Brittany, that is super cool. Thank you for thinking of me. Like, the people understand that you care about them. So these things are impactful. When they're not impactful is when you're just firing out and there's no emotion connected to the personal note, to the scratch ticket, to that item of value. You have your quarterly seminars. How are those going to look? They're certainly going to look different for April, May, and June, right? But I'm going to give a call out to the 719 PCS team down in Colorado Springs during the very first week of quarantine. They have their homebuyer class for the military bases every month, and they had to quickly adjust and put that online. But let me tell you what happened is that they would have had people attend and they would have had a really great connection face to face. They already had RSVPs. But when they flipped it online, they increased their RSVPs and they increased their leads. Now, how did they do that? They're just mailing it out to everybody, firing out? No, they have a specific database of people who have a need for a first-time homebuyer VA class. So it's specific for that audience, okay? And then of course your drip campaigns. Now let's think about that database and take it further. If they buy a house, what's my way of following up with them? Because if they buy a house, they already like me, know me, love me. And so I want them to refer people and buy other houses from me. But if I just drop off the face of the earth, that will never happen. Now, hopefully I put them into my monthly database and I'm mailing them what I did to everybody else, but they're kind of special, more than that pot of gold that hasn't bought a house from me, because they have bought a house or sold a house. So am I following up 2 days after the closing, making sure they're okay? 30 days. Am I recognizing the anniversary of when they purchased that house? What else are you doing for those people? Are you inviting them to your free taco night? Who knows? But you should have a checklist for that too. So as far as interacting and getting ready with systems that I should have or I don't have, I want you to set them up. And if you have them, I want you to enhance them as much as you can. Go back and look at some of those emails where people are, your board is saying we have a new tab. Look at the title companies to see what they have. The other thing, now is the time, is for you to take advantage of the training. You have extra time to do training. When you are green, you grow. When you're brown, you rot. And I want you guys to keep watering yourself. I want you to go from great to good or from good to great. Be the best. Take advantage of all the in-house training opportunities. They're on Zoom. You can watch them in your car. You can watch them on your phone. You can watch them at your computer. Take advantage of them. We update and get better at our trainings every time. So take advantage of those in-house trainings. Take advantage of the Exit International free trainings. Ned Anthony has a 30-day challenge for technology tips. Janice Petaway has a 30-day for how you can keep your business moving, business development. So those are all out there. Take advantage of them. When you sit down to watch General Hospital, I want you to have a fear of guilt in you, and I want you to walk away and go watch a training. Don't watch the TV. A lot of the real estate training schools, including the one Jenny works for, Kaplan, you can do some online CE credits because you do need CE credits. So everybody needs to take the mandatory. If you weren't at my January class at Pikes Peak or DTC, you need to take that. I believe you can do that online. And you must have 4 additional hours every year. So this would be the perfect time, because when we move forward and start working our way back into our economy, you're going to be busy because you've kept touch with your pot of gold. National Association of Realtors. I know there's a lot of designations that you can't do online because their requirements are to do in person. So, but there are some things that you can do online. I've seen quite a few of our agents who have taken the time to get some additional certifications while they have the extra time at home. So now is the time to set up your systems and get your training in order. And with that, I have a little quote for you guys to end our day. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. That doesn't mean sitting in front of the TV. Keep yourself moving. So have a great week. I'm going to ask Jenny, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to ask Jenny to unmute herself if she's there. And
Wake up,
if
Jenny.
there are any,
I'm here.
are there any questions we want to reiterate to the group out loud, or any questions that anybody has?
Hey,
There-
Cheryl.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I just wanted to show you something. So this is on my desk. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my gosh.
So
My
thank you for
God.
sharing that. I keep it there and it reminds me every day, just keep moving. So thank you.
Oh, Nicole, that's hilarious. That's great. Thank you. Jenny, any other questions we should bring out as a group?
No, the only question I received, and I can just say it out loud versus typing, is from Carmen. That is it true that she does not need to take CE credits for her first year? It is true that you do not have to take the annual commission update, Carmen, but I would highly recommend that you take the annual commission update because it was not covered in class. And I would also recommend just taking any CE classes you can take for free right now and start building up your CE hours.
Perfect. I know those CE credits are always such a question. But you know, that mandatory class, the reason we always encourage all of our agents to take it in January is because it tells you what your business practices need to be for the rest of the year. So you start taking that class in November, you've probably missed some important skill sets that you should have been doing since the beginning. And as Jenny said, for you new agents, they do not cover any of that in the training for real estate school. Do I have any other questions from anybody? No? Shall we sing?
I have a quick one.
Who has a question?
Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, I wondered who Carmen's contract is. I think she wrote it in here. A referral she has for a contractor.
Okay. I think I heard you kind of cut out. It's Karen, right? We're always looking for contractors. Carmen, you mentioned you have a contractor. Our agents would love to have the phone number and to give that person business, whoever that might be.
I just put it back in the chat.
The phone number?
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hard to find those handyman, although they may be popping back up again with everything that's going on. Does anybody have anything else today? I think that's a no, right?
I have a question. It's Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Sorry, this is my first time on Zoom in a car. So I was wondering, you mentioned the free CE credits. Are there any recommended classes that you guys might be aware of that are coming up or available that you would recommend?
Well, we had scheduled for the 1031 with Land Title at the end of the month, and they are trying to be able to get that for us on Zoom with CE credits. It will be free. So we're still working on our end for that. But, you know, most of the time, as I said, I've had inundation, as I know you guys have, with emails. I have seen some. I'd have to go back through my emails, but I would assume those are through Title. So reach out to your Title rep. I'm sure they can tell you which ones they have. Okay?
Hey, Cheryl, this is Melanie.
Melanie, you have to talk a little louder. I can barely hear you.
Oh, let me turn up my speaker. Maybe that's the problem.
Much better.
I was noticing I've been doing some of the eCTM classes online, and they actually have some that if you pay them, they'll do CE credits on some of those.
Okay, perfect. So CTME. And trust me, CTME is changing every day. I go to find a document and they put it in a different spot. You got to be right on top of them. Anybody else?
Yes, Karen again. Hello.
Hi.
I've been getting CE credits on RE Colorado and CTME, and then I'm about to get one with Amy. I forget exactly what it's called at the moment, but tomorrow a class that Title is doing. So you
So
just have
Land
to search
Title has a
for
class tomorrow that's giving CTME credits.
yes. I mean, I think they're giving CE, but if they're not, I'm still doing it. It was something I was interested in, but of course I can't think what it is right now. Sorry.
That's
But,
all right. Good job.
There are just lots of classes out there, and especially, I mean, I'm racking up CE credits like crazy. So go for it.
Good. It's a perfect time to do it. Get your systems in place, get your training. do your marketing, follow your marketing plan for your database. And then when we can move more, when our bicycle, Nicole Raveletto, can take us out to keep moving even more, we'll be able to get out into that economy and we will be prepared. Anything else? No one else? I hope to see you guys and more Wednesday on our engaged training. I love you guys.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you for being a part. I hope you have a great week.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, hi, Tanette. I didn't see Tanette. Now that everybody's clicking out, I'm seeing people I didn't see before. Devin, I see my baby boy. Hi. Oh, Vivek. I see Vivek.
Hi, Talon.
As everybody leaves, I see all these other faces that I didn't know were on the call. Oh, Evelyn. I see Evelyn. I see Anna. Well, I don't see them. I see their names. They must have tape over there.
Hi, Talon.
Oh, look who else I see with Devin. Hello, Addie. Look at those two little chicklets. Hi, Addie.
He wanted his sister to wave as well.
They look adorable.
Hi.
Cool.
Bye.
I love it. Bye, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me.
Bye.
See you later. I'm staying on because see Rebecca. I didn't see Rebecca before. Now I saw her. As everybody clicks out, I get to see it. Okay, I think I'm down. Oh, Carrie made it. Carrie, hi, Carrie. Nice to see you. All right, I think we're done. Have a great week. Bye.